Your mission, should you choose to accept it, is to see off the interest of Manchester City in Ayrton and Alvarez this transfer deadline day. You must not fail. The future of Queen of the South depends on it, and Manchester City were just seen crossing the Scottish border. Understood? I won't let you down. Okay, everybody, there's no need to panic, but can we please all go down to the basement ASAP and make sure you leave your phones and agents with reception, please. Hey guys, I'm Aussie Villain and welcome back to Queen of the South. It is Season 10, Episode 3, and today it's all about getting past deadline day with Ayrton and Alvarez still at the club. Now, before that, we've got the Champions League group stage draw we've got to do, which obviously suggests that we did finish off the job against Spartak Moscow. So let's do this first of all. And let's see where we are. I missed where we were seeded, but that was silly, wasn't it? So the top seeds here are Liverpool, Bayern Munich, Inter, Roma, Chelsea, Real Madrid, Monaco, and Benfica. Well, Monaco and Benfica will, of those, be the two that we want. Roma, I think we'd take, and we would probably take Inter as well. I think, do we have them in our group last season? So we'll just get through that as quickly as possible. The second seeded teams are Leipzig, Man United, Juventus, Dortmund, Barcelona, PSG. How are Barcelona and PSG in this one? Milan and Hertha Berlin, who have non-stop been bidding for Ayrton. So let's see what happens here. Juventus get Chelsea. Paris get Real Madrid. There's the group of death for you. Inter and Hertha Berlin. RB Leipzig and Benfica. RB Leipzig, of course, have Conan. Let's not forget. Milan and Monaco get Barcelona. So there's no group there that you look at and think, yeah, we could top that. So we're looking at a group that we can maybe get out of, and I think the case still stands for Monaco, for Benfica, and RB Leipzig maybe aren't the worst of those second-tier sides either. So in our group, it is Porto, Sporting, ourselves, Ajax, Celtic, Marseille, Leicester, and Besiktas. I wonder how they got back in here. So let's automatic draw this. We don't really want this one. Of course, so we've got Chelsea and Juventus, so Europa League's looking good again, isn't it? Yeah, I mean, are Juventus maybe an aging squad? Is there something we can hope for on that front? Possibly not. Now, this makes this draw very, very important. So Club Brugge, Dinamo Zagreb, Olympiacos, what's that? CSB, that's Steaua Bucharest, isn't it? The old Steaua Bucharest. Young Boys, Real Sociedad, Athletic Club, which is Bilbao, and Zenit. We don't want a Spanish team. Outside of that, I'll back us to beat any of those other ones. So first out is the Spanish. So we've got the group of death. We are going to have a really, really tough time staying alive in Europe here. It's the worst possible scenario, isn't it? So let me know what you think. Chelsea, Juventus, Real Sociedad. I mean, they're all looking at us and thinking, yes, please. So, we've just got to try and scrape our way to third, don't we? If we're looking for a positive, and, we do need to look for a positive, maybe these three will take points off each other. And if we can, say, win home games, which is a big ask, but, maybe if we can, we could scrape out of the group, but that's not ideal, is it? Now, there is some games to catch you up on, so let's go and do that as we just recover from the shock of that group. The first one in the league was against newly promoted Wraith Rovers, so let's go see how we did in that one. We took an early lead when Murat slipped in Eddie Johnson, and Bermudez made it 2-0. So we were dominant in this one, as you would expect us to be. We should have scored more, but we've said that before, haven't we? And yeah, it was just a good performance from us. Arvik looking good in there. Muros as well with an assist. So yeah, I was quite pleased with this one. Next up, it was that second leg against Spartak Moscow. We were 4-0 up from the first leg. We've already had the group stage draw. We know we got through. Let's see what happened at Palmerston Park. Ayrton crossed for Angus to give us a first-minute lead. A goal-mail scramble was finished by Bayless for our second. Before Ayrton's cross was turned in by Angus to make it 3-0 at half-time. Bruno got our fourth just after the break. And Eddie Johnson completed the scoring. So it really was just too easy. They were pathetic, as we've come to expect, I think, from Russian teams in Europe. And yeah, I mean, we got a first-minute lead. We scored just after half-time in the first minute there as well. The only downside was Ayrton in the 91st minute at 9-0, stupidly getting himself a booking. But anyway, there we go. Last game to catch you up on back in the league was against Hibs. Leshy gifted Hibs the lead before Arvik picked out Johnny Angus to pull us level. So this was just one of those days. I don't know what Leshy was thinking. Surely he should have seen. I mean, Suljic, of all people, come back to haunt us as well. Hansen got himself sent off just before half-time for 2 bookings, which was just as stupid. So, yeah, to be honest, it's one of those days. We'll take a point away from home. But, yeah, very, very disappointing. So have a look at what all that means for the league table, and then we'll sort of get back to the fact that it's deadline day. There it is. Their Rangers have taken an early lead. Now, they absolutely destroyed Celtic 5-1. So that is ominous, I would say. But, yeah, it is what it is. We've got 2 draws, and Rangers have nothing. Of course, the other draw was against Celtic, which I think is just about acceptable. So that is the league action done. Let's get to the fact it is today, deadline day. Now, you can see here that where it's expected to be a busy deadline day. Leshy is wanted by Leeds. We're expected to sign a centre-back. I'm assuming that's because they expect Leshy to leave. So let's get on with this. Of course, what we are worried about is the fact that Ayrton and Almarez might be problematic. They might want to go. So we'll play through and let's see where deadline day takes us. All right, I don't know if you could hear that. Ava was going to bed, so that was what the yelling was at the door. Now, I am thinking we might want to try and sell Leshy, so I'm going to have a shop around for him. We've got some players here that we're looking at. I don't want to ruin any surprises before we get signings done. We can see here we offered him out for 30 million. There was some bids coming in. We've agreed a fee with him of 27 or an asking price. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to reject these. So yeah, reject. Actually, I don't want to do it that way because sometimes that rejects offers that do come in. So we'll reject these, and what I'll do then is I'll offer him out for let's say the 24 million. But we know that what we don't want to do is some of them wanted us to have a wage contribution, so we'll just get rid of that and see if we can get a bit of a bidding war going for him. Okay, so we have had some more bids come in for, and I've seen a Man City bid for Ayrton, for Leshy. Now let's just see if there's any other bids here for him, or if it's just this one. It looks like it's just this one. You know what? 21 million with another, so that's 29 million with a potential add-on. They want us to still, you know what? I'm just about willing to accept that, I think. So we'll do that. We've got some loonies off the mark. Bids for Santos. I'm not interested in doing that because he is a very good player for us. Ayrton, the bid is... It's a little bit... You can see here his preferred destination is Manchester City. He's not really that bothered about signing for them now. So that is obviously excellent and will help massively in trying to... preferred destination is Spurs. But again, Almarez does not look like he's going to kick off if he doesn't get the move. So it may be that Andrew Walker, our captain, having spoken to him, has pulled off an absolute blinder here. I want to keep Rezaev and everybody else there. We've got some players here that we're scouting. So I guess what I'll do is I will come back next time we have a little bit to report on the transfer front. All right, so we can see here that, let's have a look here. Celtic are trying to get in Santos, who is a decent centre-back, because I've had a look at him. I think we're maybe a little bit past that sort of player now. Rian Brewster might be on his way to Rangers, potentially. And there's players there that we're not going to go. So 13 hours to go. Do we have any bids? It doesn't look like. Celtic have made a cent. Oh, that's the one we know about that we just saw. All right, so we'll tick another hour off the clock. So 12 hours to go and we don't have any more bids. Now, I'm really, really hoping here that we've got another bid for Razaev, but I don't really want to sell him. He's a good utility player for us. That's nothing to do with us, is it? Who is that? That's nothing to do with us at all. All right, let's see if we can get through another hour here. And now to Scotland, where Queen of the South have smashed the Scottish transfer record with the £41 million signing of Italian international defender Giovanni Bucchiano. We can now cross live to Dumfries for the press conference. Okay, thank you, everybody. Thank you. Wait a second. Where's the other guy? I made 2 signings. No, I confirmed 2 signings. Where's the other guy? What do you mean I ran out of money? So yeah, it's a little bit annoying that the second one here has fallen through. We just don't have enough money right now, but I was thinking that the Leshy sale, I didn't see an option to, what's it called, defer it. But we have spent a Scottish record £41.5 million on Giovanni Bucchiano. Now this guy, you can see, important player who can still improve. He could be a star Premiership player. We're paying him 60 grand a week. Now, you be the judge. I think he's absolutely worth it. The glaring obvious issue with him is the jumping reach, but he's not that short. We can hopefully work on jumping reach in training. He can still head a ball. He's got good strength, good marking, good positioning. He is, well, he's potentially a world-class defender, and it might even be, he's an Italian international. That's how good he is. It might even be that down the line, the 41 million looks like an absolute bargain for him. He was transfer listed at his previous club at Torino because his contract was up and he was refusing to sign a new one. So we swooped in, and there is absolutely no doubt that this guy is an improvement on Leshy. I was considering Leshy's future with us, and to be honest, it was the pass against Hibs that just made me think, yeah, I think we've moved past you, and we need world-class players if we're going to progress in Champions League football, and this guy will hopefully be able to lead our defence and lead it well. So let me know what you think. It is a lot of money for us, both wages and in terms of the transfer fee. It's left us with 5 million. We've still got some money to spend on the wage budget. Yeah, but I think he's worth it. Let me know what you think. Okay, we are down to 11 hours to go. Now, we have a new signing to show you, but it looks as though the Leshy deal is going to go ahead as well. So, 29.5 million. I just don't think he quite developed as we thought he was going to. He's still got good positioning, but tackling of 14, marking of 12, heading of 11, that's not good enough for where we want to be, is it? So, I actually think that's a stunning fee when you look at his attributes. He did really well for us. We signed him on a free transfer from Hertha Berlin. And, yeah, I just think ultimately we got better a little bit quicker than he did. So, yeah, that is good news that we sold him. And Reece Layton is the new man that we signed. Nothing to get too excited about here, I would say. 18-year-old. We signed him from St Mirren, who were newly promoted. He's basically a young Scottish striker who might have a bit of a future. He's not too bad physically. He's got good off-the-ball movement, good finishing, decent composure, which is what I like about him. He's got the basic attributes that the striker needs, and we'll try and train him up, let him be around better players, and just see, if he does actually become someone that could be useful for us. And if not, we haven't spent much on him, and I'm sure we could get that back selling him off to a lower Premiership side anyway. So I think that's a good move as well. So not what I was expecting to happen this transfer window. City have been well and truly off of Ayrton and Alvarez, and we have, we've strengthened. Okay, so 10 hours to go. More bids coming in for Razaev. Again, the reason I don't want to sell him, he's a third choice option at right back for us. He's a third choice option as the deep lying playmaker, and he's just very useful. So I don't want to lose him. So that's another hour gone. Feels like an episode of 24, doesn't it? So 9 hours to go, and hopefully this time the Thomas Boll transfer is going to go through. We have the money to spend because we sold Leshy, so we'll be back momentarily to see what he's all about. Alright, so it did go through this time. So Thomas Boll, 13.25, we've signed him for. We triggered a release fee. You can see he's an exciting young prospect who can improve a lot. 19.5 grand a week he's going to be on as a squad player, which is all very, very good. Let's have a look at him. What I like about him, good dribbling, good passing, good flair, and good bravery as well. I see his role more so in sort of this number 10 or as a Mazzella kind of position, more so than as a striker. Not that he's a bad striker, and he's certainly somewhere we could play him, but I feel like we have 4 good strikers right now. Where I think we might need an improvement is in the sort of this central midfielder area, and I think the dribbling and passing will really suit him there. So that's what we've signed. Let's hope he works out for us. He's come in from Rapid Vienna, and you can see there that he has played for a 19-year-old, 28 games, 8 goals in the Austrian top division. That's not too bad. So let's hope he's a success for us. Let me know what you think of him as well. And, well, we might be done signing players, unless, of course, we have to sell somebody. Let's hope we don't have to do that. So we've got some agent offers with 8 hours to go. This guy is an A-. I mean, he's good, he's young, but he's not really the sort of player that we're after. I don't think he looks very similar to me to Bermudez. So I don't see a sense. Again, Rezaev is not for sale. Hanover, can you please go away? And that is... No, he's no good for us. That is another hour down. 6 hours to go, and we have a bid from Manchester City. Again, it doesn't look like Ayrton's going to kick off. Again, it's not the biggest bid, to be honest. I mean, I'm not going to sell him for 32.5 million, City. You're having an absolute dream if you think that's going to happen. Hanover, go away. He's not for sale. Honestly, they just don't take the hint, do they? So, still 6 hours to go, and it looks as though Celtic are making a move for this guy. To be honest, they're welcome to him. He doesn't look anything special, so that's good. We've got some information coming here as well, and that is all. Nothing that really worries us, and there's no particularly great prospects there. So let's keep counting down this clock. So 4 hours to go, and we have a bid for Arvik. Now, again, he's not going anywhere. He has no interest in joining Southampton anyway. So that is all good. Don't know if you can hear Ava. Apparently, she doesn't want to go to bed yet. So let's keep counting down this clock. 2 hours to go, and Man City have made another bid. Is it a dangerous one for us? It is a total of 32 grand. It's only his preferred destination, so we can reject it again. And, well, there we go. 1 hour to go, and surely there is not even time for those guys to leave, even if they wanted to. It doesn't matter. I don't care what you have to say. Let us count down the final hour. Surely not. Ross County have been quite busy, actually. They've got a few players in, but I think we have survived. The window is closed. We still have our 2 players, both Ayrton and also, what's his face? Gone blank, Alvarez. We've spent 60 million, and, well, that is absolutely huge. Let's have a look at, make sure we can register everybody here. This is always something I don't really think about when I'm buying players. The first guy we want to make sure we can get in is, of course, our massive signing, and we're going to have to unregister somebody, are we? Well, that's a pain in the backside. So I think the obvious one is Rezaev, because he's not club trained, so that solves that problem. And Bowl is going to upset the bandwagon. So we can register this guy. That's fine, isn't it? No, it's not, because he's not club trained. So that's kind of it. We have to take out somebody who is not club trained, and I don't think there's anybody, because taking Nicholson out doesn't help, does it? Or does it? Can we do that and then get Bowl in? No. So yeah, it's not going to work out for Bowl. Hopefully he won't kick off. But there we go. That's going to be our European squad for the season. And yeah, Bowl and Leighton, they'll get over it, I'm sure. So there we go. If you have enjoyed that, make sure you hit thumbs up. We have kept our 2 players. Let's actually go and have a look at the squad that we have now. And I think this is starting to look a lot better now, isn't it? Because we've got our 4 main strikers. We've added Bowl and Leighton in there as a little bit of depth. We've also added a little bit of depth there as the number 10 role. Midfield is pretty much as you were. We haven't yet been able to get a work permit from Mihai, but he's at Marseille, which is Liga, which means we should be able to get one, no problem. Hopefully, we'll get him back in January. And then if we go back to defence, well, Leshy is gone, but between Toro, the new guy, Bucanero, who I'm going to have to get used to how I'm going to say his name, as well as Baba Adu, I think we have very good defenders there. And then, of course, we've got Captain Marvel, Andrew Walker, who, let's not forget, is essentially responsible for the fact that both Ayrton Now, one thing we have to be careful here is when their contracts expire. Ayrton has 4 years left, so we've more or less, I think Walker has got him at, well, at least for this season, I would imagine. The one we have to be a little bit careful with, though, is Alvarez here, because his contract is up at the end of next season. So we've got him for now. I'd be more than happy to offer him a massive pay increase. Is he going to... I wonder if he'll do it now that the window's closed. He will. He will. He will. All right, so let's finish this episode, hopefully, on a very, very bright note of signing Alvarez to a long-term 5-year deal with no option to have a minimum release fee. Actually, if we just go existing contract, he can have... What did he want? He only wanted 12, didn't he? Let's be generous. Well, I'll give you more money, mate, because I want you to stay that badly. We're going to have to reduce all of these because apparently we're broke. And we'll just move some money from transfer budget over. We don't want to give... I don't like having that. But everything else there should be fine. You can have bigger bonuses. And presto, 5 years, Alvarez is going to be here. That's the perfect episode, isn't it? If you've enjoyed it, thumbs up, subscribe if you're new. We'll be back next time. We have the group from hell, I'm willing to call it, and we'll be back for that. So it'll be a warm-up against Ross County, and we'll have a first look at maybe 1 or 2 of the new boys in that one, and then it will be Real Sociedad away from home. That is a big, big game. If we can take something from that, it just maybe sets up the group for us in terms of getting a sort of 3rd place. If we lose it, then that pressure's going to be right on, isn't it? If you haven't already seen the Socceroos, maybe give that a quick watch. But if not, I will see you next time as we get Champions League football underway. Take care.